What up? What up? What up? It's your man, Coach Stretch, and we are back. We got a special edition of the Coach Stretch Show. Tonight, we have a legend that will be joining us, and you're going to talk about some PD hoops. We're going to talk about some recruiting. We're going to talk about high school basketball, college basketball. We're also going to talk about Kevin Durant losing his damn mind. Shout out to Big Mike, he's back. We're gonna talk about some NBA stuff as well. DeJounte Murray don't know how to act in the program. Need to kick his ass out of the program. But first, we're gonna introduce our guest tonight. Co-host Statman AJT in the building. Big Dog Mike. We are ready to roll. Our special guest. It's hard to introduce this man. He's such a legend. Hampton Rose legend. East Tennessee State legend. He was the PD Player of the Year in 1998, 1999. 2002, 2003. Tournament Player of the Year in the Southern Conference. 2003, 2004. Tournament Player of the Year in the Southern Conference. He went back to back. 05, 06. All Conference in the A-Sun. 05, 06. Player of the Year for the A-Sun. He is a proud father and a proud Newport News legend. Please welcome Mr. Timmy Smith.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up, man?
What's going on, my man? How you feeling tonight?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good. I can't complain about yourself.
Hey, man, we are blessed. We're thankful for you to be on our show. And we're going to have some fun tonight, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun. So, without further ado, I guess you know we're up here specifically because of the uproar. A couple days ago, we came out with a all-time PD. We tried to get down to a top 10 list, but we asked people for their nominations. It's kind of over a week ago. We asked people for their nominations. Everything was kind of like quiet until we got all these nominations in. We put out the list. So when we put out the list for all these nominations, all hell broke loose on Facebook, on several different posts.
Yeah.
And let's first, what are your thoughts about, you know what I'm saying, a top 10 PD list? And yeah, let's get your thoughts on it first before we dive deep into what we're doing and all this other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, normally the argument is gonna start after they see names and stuff.
Right.
You know, that's gonna always happen. But it like the top 10 is really tough because it's a lot of athletes that came through and did great. But it's always gonna be arguments because everybody can't be in the top 10. It's just top 10. So that's why criteria and everything, a lot of that do matter. So it can eliminate some things.
Absolutely. Well, first, you know, we want to know about you. You know what I'm saying? We want you to get an opportunity to tell your story, man. Can you tell us how you fell in love with the game of basketball?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like just growing up, I'm from Walk Lawns, whatever, Pear Tree. Grew up out there and used to always, play against the older heads. I was always in 3 sports or whatever. And like how I fell in love with just the basketball part of it was seeing AI, you know what I'm saying, seeing Chuck, and I think that's what really made me love it even more after I seen him.
Right, I gotta go ahead, Stretch.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was gonna ask you. There's a little story that you played JV as an 8th grader, correct?
Yeah.
So, talk about the experience trying out for the varsity team as a freshman, and talk about your first game. I heard there was a little backstory to that. You just went in off the win for varsity. You really didn't know about it. You just went. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So my 8th grade year, I did play JV, for Denby, whatever. I probably averaged about 30 at JV. So, so after that, like it was me and my man. We was walking out the locker room or whatever for tryouts. So like in the men's gym, the main gym, varsity practice, and then it's a back gym. I guess we call it the girls' gym or whatever. That's where JV, practice and stuff like that. So like, yeah, nobody told me, yo, you playing varsity this year, none of that stuff. So me and my man was talking, and we were just like, yo, what you want to do? I said, man, I don't know. I want to. I said, I kind of want to, just stay here and try out. And he was like, man, whatever. So we just had that little conversation. So I ended up staying on the varsity side to try out and made it. And then that's how that happened. Like didn't nobody tell me or say, yo, you gonna play varsity this year. So basically it was just a going with myself, my confidence in myself type of thing.
That's what's up.
There's a story on the first game. They didn't play you, and then I guess there was a comeback.
Absolutely. So
yeah.
So like we doing practice and stuff. I was doing my thing in practice, holding my own. So of course I thought I should have started, or that I just the confidence in myself.
Right.
But, it didn't happen that way. You know what I'm saying? I barely played or whatever. It was our first game was against Warwick High School.
Right.
That was our first game, and they were up. So it was probably about like 2.5 minutes left. They was up like 12 or 14. So the coach made the decision to take everybody out, whatever, and put us in. So within that 2-3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, whatever, I scored 12 points, brought us back, and won the game. And ever since then, he started me.
They started.
The
legend grew.
Yeah, so look back from there. So yeah, that's where it started.
So I would ask you. You mentioned how raised up. Basketball was a love for you. So who influenced you? Maybe on a higher level, maybe college, NBA. Like who influenced you to become who you were as a basketball player?
Well, I just had like I ain't gonna say to play it. Of course, like I said, it was Allen Iverson.
He went out. I think he went out.
Yeah,
he went out.
No, there you go. He back.
There you go.
Yeah, my brother Allen Iverson like influenced me just because of the height wise and stuff like that. So, and then like one of my favorite point guards like Kenny Anderson, stuff like people like that. So I just had a vision like after that, like yo, they could do it, I could do it, or whatever. So that was kind of my mind frame. So like I just went from there with it.
Hey, well, look, you damn sure went from there. So there's another story about you dropping Mr. Ron C in the game.
Oh man.
Well, see, yeah, we'll clear that up. Like I never dropped Ron C. It was his cousin. And to this day, he gonna deny it, but it was Muffin.
Okay, it was Muffin.
It was that guy Muffin. He was the defender, so he takes that with pride. So he's going to never say he did it or it didn't happen. But it's on tape.
It's on tape.
It's on tape. The tape don't lie.
That's what it was. It was I dropped him and scored, and that's where like really my name probably kind of took off.
Right.
Was that game, against Hampton.
Right.
So
yeah, I got a follow up to that though. And so we brought up Ronald Curry. They say the Ronald Curry area. I say the Ronald and Tim area. But so during your like freshman year, what were some of your toughest matchups? You know what I mean? Like, what'd you say?
Well, I can't say Hampton because they were just on another level. That's a blowout,
Right.
Well, individual.
So
if you can go individual.
Like
individual matchup. Individual matchup. Yeah, if you can.
Just my freshman year or just in general?
Well, let's go. Historically through your whole high school career. Like, what are some of the toughest matchups
toughest matchup? It's always going to be when you play against the people you grew up with.
Right.
So like your Woodsides, your Minchfields, like stuff like that, and even little Heritage, because sometimes you can like as a player you can tell when somebody's scared or they feared or they give you a lot of respect. So it's like it becomes easy. So like one thing with Heritage is they got heart and stuff, so they never really back down. So that was always a good one too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
you got a question?
Like I would say Woodside, Minchfield, they were the rivals. So it was always.
I would say this about Minchville. Do you remember when we was in Denby and you hit the game winner over Nate Matthews?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Because we was winning and it was our 10th grade year. Obviously, you was in varsity, and like we was winning, and like bro, it was all good. Like thought that like because practice are worse for everybody. Even if JV win and varsity lose, it's worse for JV. So like everything was good, and then all of a sudden you just decide to say, "Fuck it, we're not gonna lose this game," and you hit the game winner. And Nate was one of the best perimeter defenders in the Peninsula District. Shout out to Nate. I was just wondering if you remember that, and if you recall, you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely remember it. That was one of my favorite moments. One of them. But yeah, if I remember, I know like we had about 3 chances.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, like I want to say my man EJ DeLoach had the first chance, missed it. I don't know if Robert Vinny or somebody got the rebound. He had his chance, missed it, and then it just bounced crazy. You know, like it just came straight to me, and it gave me an opportunity. And I remember dribbling, I don't know if it was to the left or whatever, but I knew it wasn't much time left, so I hit it like a little floater.
that's exactly what it was. And I was just like, bro, like I hate this nigga.
Yeah,
You know? Because now it's like practice is about to be hard, bro. Even if you won. Like, and that was a tough shot too, man. So I just wanted to give you, you know what I mean, a shout out for that. But because honestly, look, like the way that I looked at Nate was like, bro, like Nate's not gonna let this dude get a shot off, and you got the shot off, and of course it went in, and it was just like, nah, this ain't nah. But you could tell you was different at that point. So I'm glad that you recall that.
Right. Yeah, come my freshman year, so people really understand. So my freshman year, I believe I was second team all district, you know, with Ron Carey and all them in there. But Boo Williams brought me on his team as a freshman.
Ooh.
So I did 3 years with Boo. So you understand, like even after the freshman year, I was with Boo and on the travel team, and I'm the freshman, and I'm playing against, you know, all of these players, all you know.
Yeah.
From the jump.
Yeah.
So it
17U, right.
Yeah,
Wow,
so it just makes you better, you know, it makes you better and better when you're traveling around the world and playing against these top players. So when you come back to the district, you know, it's like you prepare for anything.
Yeah, I guess you kind of answered. That was my follow-up question. Because you had a good freshman year. The AAU circuit is different now, different now than it was back then. What was your experiences like far as like AAU like back then? Like far as some of what you saw when you traveled, some of the players, the competition, was it much harder back then than it is today?
Yeah, watching it, looking at it, it was definitely a little tougher in that era because like now you got a lot of wannabe bulls. So you know you got a lot of people that want to start their own AAU thing, which ain't no wrong with it, but you know, so it washes everything up because
everything get watered down real fast.
Yeah, so you know the fathers want their son to play for their team, stuff like that, or their family members. So it messes everything up and it splits everything up, and it makes it hard to have like a top team in the area now because of that going on. So it's definitely different. See, back then you didn't have that. It was like 2 teams.
That was it.
You had the Boo A, you had the Boo B. They might have brought the C team in sometime in that era. I don't remember, but that's really all you had. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely tougher. And then back then they used to like teams used to bring people in, like to play for the AAU team. I think they still do, but I think it kind of changed up over the years.
Yeah. Now you can bring in guys that got to be a state away. Connected to your state of some kind of way so that they can play for you.
Oh, so they changed that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that kind of leads into our next topic. Because you're a father of one of the top PD players that's out here now. Yeah. Your son, congratulations to your son signing that
yes, sir,
scholarship offer to Richmond. We know he's going to do great things. We know he's going to do great things out there. But can you go into the differences between the PD now and from what you see as a spectator and as a parent and as a coach to what you had to endure back then in the PD? Can you compare, contrast what was going on?
I think it's just social media, man.
Mm.
I think it's just social media. It's like a lot of people are not outside playing, growing up on the playgrounds like how we did. You know, it's like more people inside playing video games now. So it's like people are not working on their craft, getting better. So it's not like anytime like you barely have a team on some of these high schools. You don't have enough players, or you don't have a lot of players. It's something wrong with that. Like it was never like that.
Do you think the grind is much easier now than it was back then? Is that more so what you kind of sum it up?
It's definitely much easier, because they have more access to stuff. So it's much easier. Yes.
Yeah.
It's much harder. It was harder then because you had multiple people to go through.
Yeah.
Right.
I will ask you, Tim. So would you have any solutions for that? Because you mentioned the social media and how the kids are more inside now. Is there a way to like bring people outside to the basketball court? Playing video games is fine, but like encouraging exercise and getting your kids active. And look, trying to have a future, for your kids. Like you said, your son has got a scholarship to Richmond. Congratulations. So, like, would you have any solutions for that?
I guess it's hard to make a kid do something that they don't want to do, especially if the parents are pushing it. Like it's gonna be hard. So I think it's just within that person on what they want to do. Like if they really want to do sports, then show it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different though. It's just definitely different.
It's different. It's different out here, man. And it's kind of sad, you know what I'm saying, from guys that's in our era. In the early 2000s, man, like you said, we was outside, man.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Future League was outside.
It was outside.
Yeah. Future League outside. Like there was no let's go to Boo and 8th, 9th grade, you playing Future. No, Future League was outside.
Right.
And you got scraped up. You you know what I'm saying? You hit the concrete and it made us tougher. It made us better men. You know what I'm saying? Like it made us men faster. We also had community centers where you go to Dora Miller and you playing in that joint.
Boys and Girls Club.
That's what I was about to say. Even the Boys and Girls Club was more active, especially basketball wise. Like there was a lot of people in there playing basketball. Like it was times where it was so many people ready to play. Like nobody wanted to lose because it was just like so many people ready to play next.
Right. And I remember distinctly going to like Booker T. Washington. They had Saturday morning runs. Like if you want good, or you ain't get on that. You ain't get on that court, man. That main court, he was off on the side, bro. He was
like even in my era, like it's crazy because like even other high schools opened it up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like I was at Denby, Woodside would have open, so we'll all go up to Woodside, and play in scrimmage, or we'll go up to Minstrel playing scrimmage, or they'll come to Denby.
All of that is done now. They don't do none of that no more.
That don't happen no more.
Yep, they don't have that no more.
Like it's crazy.
And, again, I said I feel bad for the kids that's in this generation because they don't have they have more access to people like in the world. Yeah. But you talking about access to gyms, they don't have it.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't have it. They don't have access to gyms.
That's definitely true.
So Tim,
go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so you talked about I guess your son, his offer. When you first got your offers, what was that like when you got that first offer? If you could remember, what was that like, and was it overwhelming? Did you get many offers? Did you have a lot of schools to choose from? What was that feeling like?
Like I can't recall like what the feeling was like because as a kid you don't really know what an offer is. When I was getting letters, you would think that's an offer.
Okay.
At least that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was getting my first letters and stuff, I'm like, oh man, I'm getting offered. But it's so I can't even really tell you what it really because it felt like because just getting a letter, I had joy in that. Just getting a letter, knowing later on that letters is not offers, it's just interest or whatever, like the case may be. So but I would say like I don't know. I just never looked into. I ain't never had like joy for it. Like I just like when teams would hit me up or be like, "Yo, we interested in whatever." You know, I'll have a conversation, whatever, and That's it, really. I guess because I
Right.
knew, that I was, I had success.
Right.
So it
Right.
just
Right.
wasn't like,
Now,
So
can
you
can
go
you
ahead.
compare that process to how it is now?
I was just about
You
to
know,
ask that. Yeah.
yeah, because now I know you had the experience through your son. Like, they'll offer your son through other people instead of
yeah,
like back in our day, they had to go talk to your mama.
yeah, absolutely. And that's why I say, like, the offers or interest, like, offers now is just, it just depends on how it's delivered, like,
Right.
so if you getting offers, like, if any kids, to me, if you getting offers out here and they ain't talking to your parents or nobody close to you or your guardian, your legal guardian, whatever,
Right.
it's not an offer, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's just not. And
Right.
they can take it however they want to take it. It's just not an offer. And
Right.
because if you can't verbally commit, first of all, like, offers like freshman, sophomore year, like you can't even commit anyway.
Correct.
It's like
Correct.
it don't even mean nothing. So if
Correct.
it's your junior, senior year, you can verbally commit and then you can sign. Then that start meaning something. Now, if you start getting, talking to coaches then your junior and senior year, then yeah, that's a little different.
Right.
It's a little different compared to your early years, your freshman, sophomore years. So these freshmen and sophomores, I don't want y'all to get confused out there, but you can't commit or nothing. It's nothing. It
It's
ain't.
all for the show.
It's
I
nothing.
call those for the show. For the show.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's all it is. And I just don't want, like, these kids believe it because they're kids, so they're going to
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to off, but and technically in reality you don't.
Correct.
If you can't sit there verbally commit to that school, then bro, you don't have an offer.
Right.
If they don't accept your commitment, it's not an offer.
Correct.
Right.
That it's all game.
Yeah.
So
Well said.
Yeah.
I
Well
would ask, so what advice, because you just touched on that it's not a it's not a commitment until you actually do it. So like what advice would you have, let's say a stud basketball player like yourself coming up, right? Like, but today, like, would you have them look for something specific, like something that the facilities, like the type of system that the coach is running, right? What would you have them look for specifically? Because I feel like even if they're sending you a scholarship, you want to make sure that they're putting you in the best position to look good, possibly for the next level or overseas.
So you just got to do what's best for you, and you know what I'm saying, like what's best for you, and like what style you like to play, and because it's hard to say, because when coaches want you, they're gonna like hype it up a little bit, and then it's gonna be different to get there. So, and then you got to understand, I don't want these people to like pick schools thinking like you're gonna go in and play right away. That's why you're making your decision, because you don't like, it's a recruitment. Like, you can easily think you're gonna go in and play, and then you get recruited over the next year. So you just gotta go with confidence, man. Like, wherever you want to go, if that's where you want to go, then go and do it. And no matter what college you're at, you're gonna have to compete.
Yeah.
Like, and people don't realize that they just want, I'm gonna just go to this college because I'm gonna play. You don't know if you're gonna play or not.
Facts.
And then at the same time, your scholarship ain't even guaranteed every year. So people don't realize that they can take your scholarship
Quickly.
You don't realize that.
Quickly.
That's some jewels. That's some jewels drop right there. People didn't know that.
Yeah, man. And yeah, like I said, man, we definitely want to like give the information to the next generation, man. I know we got a lot of parents that are talking right now in the chat. Like, their kids are up next. Their kid in the 9th, 10th grade. Like, they need to start understanding what this recruitment process is, because it's not what everybody thinks it is. It's not like that.
And then, like, people, they get a little ahead of themselves. Like, they make all these highlight reels, like bro, and they make themselves look good. And I guess it just be too much. It be too much, man. Like, it be too much.
And I'm gonna say this as a
Everybody
coach,
got a highlight reel, and I'm just like,
yeah. Like, I'm gonna say this as a coach because you know what I'm saying, I'm coaching kids, and man, when the coaches want you, they don't give a damn about that highlight reel, bro.
They don't, and they're not breaking y'all down from
They don't give a damn about that highlight reel.
They want a game. They want to.
They want a game or two.
And
Yeah.
and it's not just your good games. They want to see the
No.
bad games because they want to
Yeah.
see your reaction. They want to see
Yep.
how you handle things. Like
Yep.
people don't realize that. So like when these scouts come to this game, they're not just. You can have a bad game and the scouts still want you if your effort is there. That's what they
Yeah.
gotta realize. You
Yeah.
ain't always gotta perform at your top. It's all about your effort, man. Like that's
It's the extra stuff that they
it's extra stuff, man.
constantly
Like,
looking for.
because they already know if they come in to see you, they already know you can
You
do
got a
something.
good idea. Yep.
So now they want to see what is the other problem.
And they also, you know, I don't know if you've experienced this or not, but they also looking at your circle.
Absolutely.
You know,
And you got to tell, like, I got a few kids, so my kid's mother, we have a conversation and stuff about that stuff.
Yeah.
And we had to tell, a couple of them, like, yo, can't do certain things now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They do matter. Like they look at that. They will follow your family members.
Yeah.
And they'll have a fake account maybe, and just to see. Like you gotta be careful sometimes, you know what I'm saying, out here, like, because they are watching.
It's
They
big
are
business.
definitely watching.
They investing in these kids. It's big business. They're gonna do whatever they can to find out as much information as they can before
and
they.
now that they can get paid, it's gonna be even crazier. So you definitely gotta, you gotta be like.
They're gonna start weeding some people out, man, because of social media, man. And that's the thing that I'm telling a lot of my kids now, like, clean your social media up. Like, all this little whatever you got going on in your account name, get rid of it. Like, clean that joint up. First name, last name, put some basketball stuff up there. Like, that's like, clean it up.
Absolutely.
Clean it up.
It definitely, because it's crazy out there. They definitely looking.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into your East Tennessee State days, man. Let's talk about, like I said, you got a lot of accolades over there, man. Let's talk about being tournament player of the year back-to-back years, man. Let's talk about that journey a little bit.
All right, yeah. So again, like as a high school, so like every level, people don't realize you gotta prove yourself. When you get into high school, don't nobody care what you did, JV, rec league, whatever. Like you gotta earn your respect again. So once high school over with, you got to do the same thing. You get to college, they don't care what you did in high school. Like, you got to earn your respect again. So, and then when you go professional, it's the same thing. Like that before, it don't matter. Like, and people don't realize that. So like, it's the same thing. I had to show them, like who I was, like, like why I'm here. Like that's more better. Like why I'm here. I had to show them. I didn't start the first couple of games. Again, in practice, I would do my thing. And the coach, it happens like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it might have been like 3 games, 4 games. I didn't start, but then they put me in the lineup and I didn't look back from there. So, people like gotta understand nothing is given. You gotta take it and earn it. You gotta earn it and take it, So that's how it is. So and then freshman year, I got freshman of the year.
Yeah.
We didn't win nothing for 11 years until I got there. So when I got there, it was. So when I got there, we ended up winning the tournament, the conference tournament or whatever, and I got MVP. I got MVP of the conference my freshman year, and then we ended up going to the NCAA, the March Madness.
Yeah. Now, what was that experience? What was that experience like playing?
That was like no other, like for real, like especially like it's just different, man. Like you get a private plane, so like they send you a private plane where only your team is on there, and you go direct. So it's definitely different, and
NCAA got that money.
Get there, it's cameras, it's everything. It's just like it's like you feel like you made it. That type of feeling.
I was just going to ask, was it a culture shock, like going from Denby to Eastern Tennessee State? Like, was it a big culture shock?
It was definitely a little bit, but thing about it is I've been traveling since my freshman year with Boo.
Right.
So I experienced a lot. And like that wasn't my first time being away and stuff like that. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like I went to the Nike camps, then went to top Nike camps against the top players, so it was just a little bit like, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been if I didn't travel or if it was my first time out the area.
Hey, how fast did your name travel after I guess your freshman at East Tennessee State.
So
How fast did your name travel around the NCAA? Like, that's Tim Smith. He coming.
so I don't. Sometimes you like I was top 13 like in like guards in the country. So that's why when I seen that or whatever, like I was in the top, like especially freshmen. It was Carmelo Anthony. I was in there with the freshmen. So when I seen that, I'm just like, oh, like it just like, oh wow, like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like I was in there with them. So so then my sophomore year, I really like known it was out there after my sophomore season. I really know it was out there. They had me on the draft board. They had me getting drafted my sophomore year.
Wow.
And so that's how I knew you know what I'm saying, I was known and was making noise. And then I was on Sports Illustrated. So I was on the centerfold of that. I had the whole centerfold on Sports Illustrated and stuff like that. So
I gotta ask you, man. I gotta ask you, and I may be jumping ahead, man, but we talked before about this, man. Because I go back to it. I go back to it every so often and just watch the game or the highlights, man. The Cincinnati game. Like,
I was just about to say that Cincinnati game.
Listen, man, you was tremendous in that game, man. But any regret about how it ended, and do you, looking back at it now, anything you would have done differently in that game? Because y'all had it. Y'all had it.
Only thing different is making the shot. I'd have made the shot. You know, that's the only thing different. But the thing is, like, we had a few calls, like especially towards the end. If you ever go back and watch it, like the ball went out with Cincinnati, but they gave it back to them. That was a big possession, and that hurt us a lot too. So, you know, just some things you just can't control. You know what I'm saying? So,
were they prepared for you? Like, were they prepared? I mean, I know they knew.
They thought they were.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
They was talking a lot of noise prior to. And, so when I got there, it was crazy. So I know, like Bob Huggins, he was the coach. I know he had like reached out to one of the coaches in the conference, and they was like, "Yo, I need to figure out how to stop, you know, Timmy Smith or whatever." And he was like, "Yo, you can't." So, and then that's when, like, as you see it, like that was like their first time ever going zone. Like I put them in the zones. Yeah, but they was talking about like I definitely was like, okay,
Cincinnati don't run no zone.
Ball Huggins, he not known for no zone. He known for that full court pressure, man to man, run and jump. So,
wow, that's crazy.
And that's crazy. And that's when everything kind of took off after that. So like after that, Sports Illustrated came, did a photo shoot with me. A lot of stuff happened. I had me on the draft board getting drafted. I got selected to the Nike camp, like with the Chris Pauls, the JJ Reddicks, like, you know, the Sean Mays, like back then. Like I was all at Nike camp with them, as you know. And Steph, he was there. He was at Nike camp that year when I went up there. So like it's a great experience.
How could you go a little bit deeper into that experience? Like, how was it? Like, you know, playing.
So another story before all of that, like so Nate Robinson, you know what I'm saying? He was there. So like, you know, I'm sitting at the table chilling. Like you had D Brown, you had Darren, who was his partner? Is
Darren Williams.
Darren Williams, yeah, he was there. So I was sitting with them or whatever. And so like I you know how like when you could tell somebody looking at you.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, yo, what is this dude looking at? Like, why he keep looking at me, bro? Like, what? So I'm just eating. I'm like, why does he keep looking at me? So then he came up to me and he was like, yo, I just wanted to tell you, like, I never realized, you know, like, why, you know, how people like how I play until I seen you play, like giving me a compliment. He's like, until I seen you play, because he seen me playing the tournament. So I guess they had a game, I guess they played after us.
Right.
And so he was like, so that's why, you know, so that's why he kept looking at me. So then we became cool after that, you know what I'm saying? So that was Nate Robinson.
Wow.
So that's cool. When I knew, like, people knew me. I was like, oh, so yeah, people do know me. Because I don't be one of those that look into the stats, look into like magazines, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody share it with me, I'll check it out, whatever. But I just never was that type of person. I just whatever. I never cared what I averaged. I just went out and just played, just wanted to win.
Do you think
Hey,
you're
look, that's a jewel right there that a
Do you
lot of
think
these kids need to pick up on.
do you think you're you went to East Tennessee State, and I think one of their alums, I think Keith, Mr. Jennings, I think he went to East Tennessee State.
He did.
So so besides East Tennessee State, was there another school, a Power 5 school, or I guess a known conference that was actually looking at you, or you considered going to?
Yeah,
Besides
so
East Tennessee State?
absolutely. So Xavier wanted me. You know, that was Skip Prosser. That was Skip Prosser.
Right, Skip Prosser. Okay.
Xavier wanted me, but then the Wake Forest job ended up getting open.
Oh,
So
wow.
he ended up transferring, coaching at Wake Forest. So I'll get back to that. So the other school was Marquette, Tom Crane. So he would call me and call me. And he's like, yo, we want you, man. We want you. We need you. You'll be in the backcourt, you know, and he put Dwayne Wade on the phone. And he was like, yo, we'll do something special over here. Like I had a little short conversation. And so Marquette wanted me bad, but I ain't have my scores. So that's where, you know, like if you don't have your scores or everything in order, like these big schools are sometimes they're not gonna wait around because they're like, okay, what if you don't get it? Then I'm missing this person or that person.
Right.
You know, whatever the case may be. So that's what it was. So I kind of got my scores a little later on. And that's why like I missed out on Marquette, but it would have been Marquette.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And then back to the Xavier. So he left Xavier, went to Wake Forest, and then he reached out to me. He's like, look, just because I went to Wake Forest don't mean I'm not still interested. I still want you. And he was like, but we got this kid, Justin Gray, which he was at Oak Hill with Carmelo. And he's like, we got this kid, Justin Gray. If he don't take the scholarship, it's yours. So it was like that close to being at Wake Forest.
I remember Justin Gray. He was okay. Justin Gray.
Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah. So and long story short, it's like, okay, that's when I ended up making to the NCAA tournament my freshman year. We matched up against Wake Forest. So you know I had to. Like,
you had to get it to him. Had to get it to him.
So that's when they had Josh Howard. You know what I'm saying? So I had to you know, I did my thing, whatever. So after my freshman year, schools was hitting me up, wanting me to transfer. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, cause like sometimes like when you got your name out there and it's out there and it's buzzing, you don't gotta go nowhere. Like, people gotta realize that. Like once you get your name out there, don't leave where you at to go somewhere to try to play bigger because you might get lost. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, I don't want to sit out no another year, stuff like that. Because back then you had to sit out a year. I think they changed that. So that's the reason why I didn't leave. But if I went there and had to sit out a year, I would have left for sure because our coach ended up leaving, going to Penn State after my freshman year. So I definitely would have left, you know. So
do you think it hurts you? Not just you in particular, but like when I guess a guy has, you know, some momentum going, he goes to a smaller school, his path to the NBA is harder versus being nationally televised. If you're UNC, USC, UCLA, would you tell a kid if there's an opportunity to go to a Power 5 school to go versus going to a mid-major?
If I feel like that, if you all right, that's like saying like, you know, you could tell if someone's special or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Iverson, you know what I'm saying? Or like the 20 brother. Like you can tell that these are special talents. So no matter where they go, it's gonna be hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how I felt like about myself. So like it just depends on that person. Like
that person. Gotcha.
Like so I can't say, well, go here or go there unless I know you got talent like I had or like the Cat Barbers or like, you know what I'm saying, like that. So that's really like is all of that, because see, people don't realize you do whatever you do in high school, but you understand, man, this is a big world. You haven't seen, like if you haven't traveled out of the Peninsula District, like you haven't seen nothing. You haven't played against nothing.
That's
like,
facts.
People taking this, you know, like a lot of people take locally bigger than what it is. Like it's like, okay, you did good locally. You
Right.
ain't go run wild with it. Like so, like sometimes it's just like, you like cut out some of that noise, you know. So
Yeah.
hey, it'd be crazy, bro. Like I hear people say, "Oh, I was better than Iverson." All like, man, you won't. Cut it up.
Yeah, they crazy. They
Yeah,
crazy.
like you won't, bro. Like if you were, why you didn't get the opportunity? Then that's another thing with talent. You know what I'm saying? Like people can say whatever. Like so, going back to high school, like my junior year, I only did half of my junior year. Now, if I didn't have talent, I went and got set up. Boo went and put the word in for Hargrave,
Right.
or did this if he didn't believe in my talents. Like that's the thing. So that's how you know when someone has a talent, when there are people vouching for you and trying to still help you. Like if you ain't getting helped, then your talent wasn't as good as you thought it was, or whatever. They don't believe in you. So
Very true.
Some of these people, like, you know, some of these local people gotta like just dim down a little bit. simmer down.
Simmer down. Simmer down.
Yeah,
All right.
like, you know, so it's a world out there, man. Like we ain't, like these people, a lot of people did it worldwide. Like
The facts.
yeah.
Big facts on that. So now we want to know your top 10 PD list, if you can, if you will.
So we're gonna put them on. We're gonna put them on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all right.
No, it's all good.
We all right. Yeah, we all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, not you know, and this is, you know, again, I want to put this out there. No disrespect to nobody, because a lot of people play in the PD. A lot of people are great, but we talking about, you know, his personal list.
Yeah. So his personal list. I go off of. I don't go off the like one hit wonders. You know, like it.
Yeah.
If you did it one year, I'm not putting you in the top 10. It got to be multiple years for me.
Yeah.
Like you can't just have a breakout year your senior year and then think you should be in the top 10.
Correct.
That to me don't exist. Like it's crazy. It got to be multiple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, of course, the Iverson, the Rutland, Bako, the Brett Harper, the Marseille Browns, my cousin Antoine Smith.
Okay.
Elton Brown, that's my guy. Who else? Ron, you got a guy, Ron, Cat Barber.
Yeah.
Tim, can I stop you real quick?
I mean, that list sounds real familiar to me.
Hold on.
This real familiar to me, Stray.
I have to say this, right? I have to say this, right? So we watch Facebook. So when my guy Stretch put it out, Stat put it out, I put it out, and things were coming in, and people were saying, "Hey, you know, Ron is number 8, he's number 5 and number 6."
The disrespect.
Do you think that's just blasphemy? Is that just disrespectful? I know you play with him, and I know you recognize real recognizes real.
Yeah.
But isn't it disrespectful for Ronald Curry to be like number 8 on anyone's list? Especially when it comes to
if it's a high school, yes, it is. See, people want to take it. If you're taking it past high school, then it's another list.
Right.
Because if you're taking it past high school, a lot of that people that are nominated ain't gonna be on it. Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like so if it's just strictly high school, yes, Ron definitely on there, and he better be on there. It's just no.
That's what I said. I didn't. I mean, people have him on there, but then I seen number 8. I'm like, number 8.
Yeah, we had a couple of lists come in last night, man. They had Ron at 8. One of them had him at 9.
Some of the lists that I've seen didn't have them.
Because they're probably doing a full body after high school. So if you're judging people after high school, then you're going to get that. Like, but if you're just doing it for high school, there's no way he should be 8 or 9. That's. I got to question the person basketball knowledge. Like, it's like, bro, there's no way. It's just no way.
Yeah. Shout out Blake Brookman just came on. Blake Brookman, Rat. Shout out Tone Wall.
Blake, what's up, Blake?
Shout you guys out, man. Appreciate you guys coming on and tuning in with the legend Timmy Smith right here. That list sounds very familiar to our original list.
Listen.
Yeah. And then to me, you got honorable mentions because it's some people that did it multiple years.
Absolutely.
But it's just, bro, like it's
hard.
Everybody can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to say this, and we talked a little bit off air about it, and I just want you, Tim, because you know your name holds a lot of weight. So the whole Steph Walsh and Calvin Baker, right? And everyone's saying Steph, which of course you have to. My co-host is laughing, whatever, but you have to
Bro,
put Steph.
you gotta stop, man.
Listen, hold on. Am I lying? You have to put Steph.
True. It's definitely true.
Don't get me wrong, but and again, to me, I don't know if it's name recognition, but then you have Calvin Baker, and I'm like, I don't see his name as much, but he's back-to-back PD Player of the Year. So Steph is deserving, but my thing is that when you see something like that, and Calvin gets left off and not even mentioned, is that name recognition? Oh, that's my homeboy. What is that? More so, what is that?
It's definitely got to be name. Yeah, it's definitely name recognition because his name is just ain't one as popular as Steph. You know,
right?
Like that's definitely what it is.
Right, Steph, you're deserving. Don't get me wrong,
but you can't take nothing from Calvin.
And you know, we talked about this before we came on, Tim, about the Steph Welsh, Calvin Baker conversation. And even though Calvin Baker won the PD Player of the Year, like Stephon Welsh was first team All State, first team All Region, so on and so forth. Like
both of them are very deserving. Both of them are absolutely deserving of being nominated. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, right. Absolutely. I just wanted your thoughts on that because I've seen a lot of Steph, and less of Calvin. I'm just like, well, how is that possible? But you know, again, I appreciate you chiming in on that part of it.
Yeah. Like you can't take nothing away from Calvin. I just think Steph had a more popular name. Than Calvin or whatever. But you can't take away what he did either. Both of them had stellar high school careers. Right, so absolutely. to me, I'm just putting both of them on there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't take
that's fair.
You know, you can't take away. So it's just like it's 1A, 1B type of thing. Like both of them should go together as one.
Right.
Like,
right.
You know, neither one can be left off. Like in my opinion.
Now you've seen your son play out here in the PD. Do you have any kids that you seen like, yo, they can go out here in the PD now?
I know the kid from Kickertown. I liked his game.
DJ.
Yeah, I like this game.
I like DJ. Go.
A couple of Phoebus kids won't bad either, man. Like, hey, you know, it won't bad either. But yeah, you know, I do see a few. You know, it ain't as much as it used to be, you know, but I do see a few.
And that's why I say, yo, back in the early 2000s, man, every school had that dude, had a guy that was that dude. Yeah. And we don't have that now. Why do you think that is? Like every school doesn't have that guy that could put the whole team, the whole school on his back and go out there and get you a few wins.
Because because it changed. You have these you got these kids moving high schools, man. Like changing high schools, going here, going there. Like it changed. It changed.
So let me ask you, man. Your son can do anything with you in your prime?
Oh no. A lot of people
can't. He didn't even blink, man.
He did not hesitate at all. He was like,
I was a little bit hesitate, like,
because it ain't just my son. I don't think a lot of people couldn't, you know. So
facts.
You know, that's why, you know.
Your son tried you yet? Y'all checked it up, play some one-on-one yet?
Nah, I haven't. He keeps saying I'm scared because I won't do it, but I just keep saying he's not ready. So
I don't know, Tim. You just keep saying you're not ready. I mean, you know, quick game to 5.
Because I be looking at his levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Like get a player of the year or something first. Then I might, you know.
Then you come talk to me.
That's how I look at it. Like when people be talking, I'm like, come on, man, bro, I ain't got time for that.
Well, he is favored this year from what I've been hearing, man. He is definitely favored him, the kid Etienne, AJ from Menchville. But you know, a lot of people talking about your son going to be the player of the year this year.
I hope so. Like I know he work hard. He love the game. So
yeah, he's deserving. Absolutely, he is deserving.
I definitely hope he ain't comfortable because he already got his college, you know, together and stuff like that. So I hope I told him that I need you to go get 30. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he can do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always tell him. I'm like, man, he can go average 30, bro.
All right. Well, now it's time for you to for if you will indulge us again in your NBA all-time top 5.
Well,
want to hear
hold on.
who you.
Before you do that,
Okay.
you do that, your NBA top 5. Well, no, go ahead, because I'm looking at stats while you do that.
I already know. Go ahead now. Go ahead, say it. No, I want you to go. No, because you already know how Tim feels about him. You might as well go ahead and get it out now.
My top 5 is going to be the people I seen though. I'm not going to add like the Bill Russells, and I didn't see them.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to add the Wilt Chamberlain because I just didn't see them. I'm going to just say the 5 that I've seen and enjoyed.
Okay. All right.
So it is MJ, of course, Michael Jordan.
That's your number 1. He's your GOAT, or is he number 5?
That's my number 1. I ain't gonna do no order, but he's my number 1.
Got you.
Yeah, he's the best ever to me. Kobe, LeBron.
Okay.
2 more.
Let me see.
I swear if you say this play, we ain't gonna hit this episode.
I'm just what I like.
Oh Lord.
Because I just can't do it, man. Like to me, Iverson is on there with me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right, we good.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
My 5. And see, I'm a guard, so I'm gonna do more guard. I'm not, putting the big man in, but
what guard? Please don't say it. Go ahead.
I know what he's about to say.
Chris Paul.
No way.
Okay.
Thank you. Woo! Thank you. Woo!
Man, come on, man.
No, not top 5. No way.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Go ahead.
You was about to end your friendship if he said Chris Paul.
That joker can't stand Chris Paul, man.
Yeah, nah, definitely not like Chris Paul. To me, I'll go Steph over Chris Paul.
I knew that. Yeah.
Thank
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, he just changed the game. So I'm gonna just go with Steph.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good list.
It's a good list.
That's a good list.
So Tim, just we gotta some more time here. Let me ask you this though.
Don't do it, because
because this is my guy. I gotta ask him.
Okay,
so,
go ahead.
If you were doing your top 5, where would you rank? Will Magic Johnson be like number 5, number 6, or number 6 or something like that? Where would you rank Magic?
Like, yeah, he'll definitely be like, if you go on with numbers, because I ain't like really get to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but if you go on numbers, yeah, he's probably in.
He's in it. So does Chris Paul make the top 25 list all time?
Top 25?
All time list. Does a Chris Paul make it?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me stats. Please don't say. Let me keep going. What about Steve Nash? Just accent. Just accent.
Steve Nash, yeah. But I see where you're going with it, but yeah.
One more.
So
Steve Nash.
Hold on. One more. John Stockton.
Whew. Yeah. I think he might be in there.
you thought you had one too, Mike. So you thought you had one.
We'll talk off air, man.
No.
It just
let me get
I have to come with a 25 list to see, but he might Stockton. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Let me get to a viewer question real quick. Blake Brookman said, talking about Hargrave, asked Tim about James White dunking on his boy at Fort Union and then saluting the cadets.
Hey, James White, yeah, because I played with him, whatever, at Hargrave, but yeah, he jumped, man. He dunked on a lot of people.
Yeah, James White was nice.
And the rival, yeah, Fort Union Hargrave is definitely a big rival. So it get crazy in there.
That's the James White that went to Cincinnati and then
he went to Florida. He transferred to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That joker had bounce, man.
Yes, he did.
Like White.
Yeah, he did. Yep. Yeah. He'll dunk on you.
Facts. All right, Mike, you got something else, man, before I get into some NBA news?
Well, we talk basketball, man. Me and Stats go back at it, back and forth pretty good, man. How do you feel about giving an active player flowers? Because we should give you flowers because you're a legend.
So, can I at least explain? Because you've been talking the whole time, right? Okay, Tim. So I'm gonna just set because Mike ain't really about giving no context. Like Mike been bullshitting the whole time. So during the finals, right? Al Horford had been playing well up until what was it? Game 1, right?
He played well in game 1.
And I gave him a shout out, and I said, "Bro, I wanted to give flowers to a player who I felt was underappreciated."
Who was it?
Al Horford.
Al Horford.
Right.
And as soon as I did that, I must have jinxed him because then he didn't play well anymore. So Mike is just like, "Why are you giving players flowers?" I guess he hates the word flowers, or he's allergic to flowers, or something. I don't know what it is, but he hates that word, bro. So I just wanted to get a context. Go ahead, Mike.
I just don't understand it. Like go ahead,
that's why I said it depends on who it is.
You give him Horford flowers?
No,
Tim? No, thank you. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Oh, and one more thing. And I know we won't talk NBA news, but I have to say this. So Michael Jordan's one of your favorite players. Kobe Bryant, your favorite player. Defensively, they were great, right? Defensively, they were great. They were great, right?
Yeah, they made all team. Like
they were great defenders all time, right? No dispute, no debate.
Bro, I just want a chance to speak, man. Like you leave the witness. I just want a chance to speak, dog.
So listen. So Tim, let me ask you this. So do you believe that Andre Iguodala was a better defender than Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant all time? Just ask him. Andre Iguodala. Just ask him.
No.
He said it.
No, I don't.
No. I mean, no. I can speak for myself. No, I did say it, bro. Like I stand on that, bro. I watch a lot of film. I'm not really a big accolades person, bro, because especially in the NBA, a lot of politics involved in that. You turn on the tape, you see something a little bit different. That's all, bro.
Some people are just different. Like Kobe's and the Michael Jordan, they're just different.
So Tim, real quick. I'm sorry, real quick. You follow AI. That's your brother. This, that, and the other, and all that.
Bro, you are.
Let me finish. Can I please finish? We got a guest on. This is my guy. I got to ask him. Listen. We want his knowledge of the game.
Of course, no question.
So, AI's a guy. Legend. Do you think Clyde Drexler is better than Allen Iverson? You just ask him. Better than Allen Iverson. Clyde Drexler.
No.
No. So how can I be wrong? He said Clyde was better than AI. That's what he said.
Look, and again,
go ahead.
No. I respect Tim's opinion. I do. We just have a different one. I said Allen Iverson was a legend, bro. I said that. So don't even make it try to seem like I ain't saying.
You said Clyde was better than Allen Iverson. Straight up.
I did say
you said
I did. That wasn't disrespectful. That wasn't disrespectful to Allen Iverson. I didn't think it was.
Hey, Tim, this is what I be dealing with these dudes, man. Every show, these dudes go back and forth over one of these subjects, bro. It don't matter what we talking about. They find a way to get back to one of these subjects.
No. Don't say they. This was Mike. Don't say they.
Mike.
We got a distinguished guest though, and he going back 7 episodes. Like, come on, bro.
And Mike don't let it go either. Like he just refused to let it go.
Here's the thing. He's a guard. Jordan's a guard. Kobe's a guard. AI's a guard. So why not ask the guard about another guard? And you said Clyde's a guard, right?
Bro.
So that's what we're doing. I'm not out of bounds by it. I just want someone that played the game on one of the highest levels. I gotta ask.
Absolutely, bro. No question. Yeah.
So even he can't change your mind. He can't change your mind.
I got respect for you, bro. I do. I got respect for you, bro. But we're gonna
let's get on, man. NBA news, man. It's been reported that Kevin Durant marched into the owner of the Nets office and said, "Trade me or get rid of Steve Nash and Sean Marks, who is the GM, because he does not trust their leadership. I'll open up the floor to you first, our guest, Timmy Smith. What the hell is Kevin Durant doing, man?
I don't know, but if he felt like that, he should have never resigned.
Thank you.
Waited. So I don't understand. Like if he felt like that by the coach and GM, there's no way you just all of a sudden feel like that. He shouldn't have resigned to me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
That's
Statman, what the hell going on in Brooklyn, man?
Just real quick, man. Like, look, my thing is this, bro. And we talked about this stretch. And Tim, you can give your opinion. Obviously, Mike, we talked about it. I'm with the player empowerment stuff. I'm with it, right? I'm gonna side with the players, but I do think at some point, bro, it gotta be some type of correction. Like, from what we know and what's been reported to us, they've catered to Durant in every way. Like, they brought Kyrie in. Allegedly, he wanted Nash brought in. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they catered. They signed DeAndre Jordan to a 4-year, $40 million contract, and he was basically a living corpse at that point.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And they got rid of Jared Allen because of him. And Jared Allen is a borderline all-star level player. You feel what I'm saying? They basically catered to him. They paid for him while he was rehabbing and all of that. And you still requesting a trade? There's got to be a correction at some point, bro. Like, I don't know, Tim, like what you think about the player empowerment stuff, but like, again, like, what leverage do teams have if you requesting a trade with like 4 years left in your contract?
Yeah, see, I don't mind like giving like some players, it got to be a type of player like a Durant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind that, but if you just signed the contract, you should have did all this before you signed it. It's not like you 2 years in or something like that. Like, so that's what I'm not understanding.
So what's the correction, Stats? What's the correction? What do you mean? It's like all KD would say, I want to request a trade. It's up to Joe Tsai to say, hey, yes or no. I don't understand that.
I mean, you could say that, Mike, but with a great player like Durant, go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, so it's hard because now, like, they asking for a lot for Durant. I don't think it's gonna. That's where the problem come in at now. So it's just like nobody's gonna give what they're asking for Durant. Like, he's towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
Like, so they want too much. So I don't think nobody's just going to do that.
If I'm Joe Tsai, I just tell him no. We're not trading you, and I'm not getting rid of Steve Nash or Sean Marks. These are the guys you wanted. They here. No.
Now, if they give me what they want, he can go. But what they want is I don't think they're gonna get it.
It's too high. They want an all-star player.
The Pelicans got a package though. If we being honest, you throw Brandon Ingram in there, Herb Jones, Alvarado. They got draft compensation that could work. I mean, I don't know if Tsai would take that offer, but that's an offer. That's there.
I think it like Zion or somebody got.
Yeah, they're gonna want Zion. Yeah, right. They want your whole team.
Yeah, they're gonna want at least 2 stars for him.
Yeah.
Why'd you say Alvarado? Just curious. Why'd you say Alvarado?
There you go.
For that,
I'm just asking.
Like McCullough or
they're gonna want McCullough, right?
Yeah, but he said Alvarado. But he said Alvarado though. My bad. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Reportedly, they want both Tatum and Brown.
That's my point. If you want Tatum and Brown, like, bro, like, ain't no way.
It's not happening.
Ain't nobody.
But a Boston package is there too around Jaylen Brown, Rob Williams, Marcus Smart, and some picks. Like, that's. I mean, that's probably, other than the Pelicans package, as good as you're going to get, bro, for real.
Yeah, and you're right. You know, because I just don't think people are going to give up all of that, though. Even with Phoenix, they wanted too many. They want Devin Booker. Like, it's just too much.
It's too much, bro.
He's ain't giving that up.
Do AD for KD straight up.
What you say?
AD for KD straight up. Anthony Davis for Kevin Durant straight up.
No.
The money works. Everything works.
I mean, I would take it if I was the Lakers, yeah, but not if I'm Brooklyn.
Right.
Like, he's always injured. He missed a lot of games.
Right. That's true. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Well, reportedly, he wants to go to Philly or Boston now, is where his top 2 landing spots are.
This dude tripping.
Yeah, he's tripping. That dude tripping, man.
Really?
That dude tripping, man.
Yeah,
They say he don't have no problem playing with Harden again.
Tobias, Maxey, Thibault, gone.
I think he got an issue with Kyrie for real. Like, and I know he's not gonna come out and say that, but I think he got an issue with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely underachieving.
Because if he talking about he don't care if he played with James Harden again after James Harden left you high and dry last year, like, so why you trying to leave Brooklyn? Like, what?
Because he probably get now why Harden did what he did. Because
Yep.
That could be. Yep.
You know, so probably get it now.
Yeah. Well, fellas, man, I'm tapped over here, man. Y'all got any more questions for our guests, man, before we get out of here?
No,
go ahead, Stats.
Now I was just gonna say thanks for coming on. Mike about to ask some more bullshit.
No, my man Matt wanted to say, hey, ask Tim about playing against Omar Cook.
Okay.
I like.
Oh yeah, man. Omar Cook, what up, Matt? You know what I'm saying, my guy. But playing Omar Cook is hey, look, that's a floor general right there. That's a true point guard. But playing against him, it helped me. Me, and I believe I helped him somewhat too, because I would like study like some of the parts to add on to my game where he did. Like his passes was just like unbelievable. Like his passes was real sharp. So I used to like study some of that stuff to add on to my game.
Right.
But Omar Cook, he definitely was a problem, man. We used to have our battles for sure.
Cool.
Shit, that's what's up. Shout out Elton Brown, man. He's gonna be on next week. Make sure we tune in for that joint, man. Also,
what's up, Elton?
we will have our updated top 25 nominated list coming out. We'll be doing that. We're doing that tonight, right? As soon as we get off?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that tonight. As soon as we get off. Also, next week we're gonna have 25 names on the girl side of the PD. We're gonna try to get to the queen of the PD by 2 weeks. So listen.
Shout out to the lady hoopers.
Shout out to all the lady hoopers, man. Tim, it's an honor, man. It's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor, man, to have you on. We appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations again to you and your son. Scholarship to Richmond. We're gonna follow you all year. And then, you know, of course, if you ever want to come back home, man, you're more than welcome, man. Talk some NBA news,
appreciate
college news, whatever, man.
It's definitely fun. Appreciate all y'all, man.
Appreciate it, Tim. We're gonna talk, bro. Appreciate it, man.
That's what's up, man. So look, on behalf of Statman, AJT, Big Dog Mike, this is Coach Stretch, reminding everybody to be relentless in all that you do and trust your grind. We out of here. Peace.
All right.